Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Laststandgamers, and welcome. So today we're taking a look at another amazing creation from the Steam Workshop. And you guys love it when we cover really advanced and overly complicated but cool mechanisms. So here we have a factory door created by Apologies, and I have to say, this is going to blow your mind. So we're going to open this guy up. Then we are going to cover the many details it has. So first off, Aaron's going to activate his jetpack at the correct time here, and you'll see the two turrets pop up on either side, and we have a limited time to enter the code as fast as possible to... Oh yes, we did it. Lovely. So the code's now been entered, the door flaps are down, and you see the whole door has lit up. We've got pistons, pumping engines on the side. The cogs are releasing themselves and moving around like an advanced cog system. Oh, this is so awesome. You can see these little things have came out. Different areas are opening up of the door. Smoke is releasing. These joints are now retracting up into the ceiling that sealed this door up. I'll retract a little bit further out so we can see the full mechanism. You've got this piece in the middle, this central lock, expanding and closing back. With a bit of an electrical spark, complete with lighting. This door has absolutely everything, layers upon layers of details. It'd be interesting to see at the end maybe how secure this is. We'll crash something into it and see if it is an actual secure door, or if it is just a beautiful mechanism. So you can see the doors are retracting into the top bit. These lovely spotlights are illuminating this area of the factory. And you think, oh, how do you walk across this area? Well, of course, that's all been thought of, because there's these little floors that slide across the bottom, creating a flat surface for your engineer or your vehicle to pass over. Then finally, an iris door, and the to be continued. Absolutely spectacular, a real work of engineering, this one. So we're going to hit the button to reverse close the door. Now the reverse process isn't as glamorous with as many flashing lights. You can see the iris closes up. I feel it's a little bit faster, the reverse mechanism, like it's been timed a little bit quicker. So then the door comes to a shut. It almost feels the weight and the heft of them doors as they're coming closed down. Let's see if we can get in here a little bit with the camera. Just have a look. So it is a 4 thickness, maybe a little bit more towards the back of this door as well. There's the mechanism behind on that giant piston. We'll explore that a little bit more when it's closed up. We'll have a look at the individual parts. So the doors then push forward. This locking mechanism is brought up. Hatches are closed and all the locks are now rolled up at once. So the shutting mechanism is a little bit faster. We've got the final little piston rotor type hinges coming down, lowering down in sections, and they're connecting up and locking it in place. So that's quite a few positions of lock. We've actually got, what, 4 on either side, and then the central lock there as well, connected up. They are red, so they aren't correctly merged. But there we go. That was the locking and opening procedure of this door. So let's give it one more go, but this time we'll try putting in the wrong password and see what happens. So these turrets, do they track you? Okay, they don't. So let's enter the wrong password and see what happens. We're just sticking a random number. Okay, so so then we can step out the way of it, but they are very cool. They would shred anyone who was standing at the entrance area there. So let's give it another go. We'll step out the sensory range and walk ourselves back up. Little pop up, and then we've got the code of 5 4 7 8 8 2 8. There we go. Successful entry. Turrets lower down. Look at these little pistons that are pushing out like this. Doesn't that just look cool? That's lovely. But then you've got the cogs that come out like so. These little hatches reveal the lights that are going to light up in the second segment. The second cogs that are a little bit lower is slightly delayed as well. You see the opening of this little device. Don't know what too much that is. Probably just a detailing component. And then you've got the retraction there of them hinges that perfectly fold down into that little access area. That is beautiful. Got the central lock then being pressed into position. the shutter that connects them apart, and then the lighting. Let's have a look around what's going on behind this mechanism as this is all going forward. So we've got a hinge, that's 2 hinges pulling it down. Have we got a hinge and a piston that's rotating and pulling it up there? Yeah, there's a lot of mechanisms on this door. If one of them broke or got shot up, I wonder if the door would still open up. And then we've got the little shutters, so it is safe for players to cross. You'll have to let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. To me, it just absolutely blows my mind, the layers of detail, the timer blocks and the sequences set up to create something like this. So, let's give this a little bit of a test run. Is everything closed? Everything working? We'll close the door up and we're going to attempt to fly a small fighter into it to see what happens. The mechanism itself, is there any more behind these walls that we've missed? Let's just have a quick look. So, tucked in behind this area, on roller wheels we have the floor. That's quite cool. Have we got anything else down here? We've got small hinges that retract them little doors within the door. But you'll notice when it does retract back up, it locks into place as that grid then becomes one. So there you go, there's that clunk. And as that seals in, it allows this piece to push forward as one. I still don't completely understand this whole mechanism myself. It's a combination of perfect timing, I guess. Look at them cogs. It's a beautiful vault door, isn't it? Let's have a look if there's anything else going on underneath. So you've got the turrets working underneath here. You've got them little pistons that are pushing back up and securing these in place. And each one of these hinges and piston combinations has another rotor and hinge on the top of it, but they ain't quite locking there, they ain't quite secure down. So I've reloaded the world, I've had a look in the settings, and I've enabled destructible blocks. So before we try crashing anything into it, I think it would be cool to see if this works with destruction enabled. So let's get our keypad done as fast as we can. Get that one done. 8, 2, 8. There we go. So this is with destructible blocks on now. What's going to break? Oh, things are sparking over there. Systems are failing. But will the door be able to open without ripping itself apart? That's going to be the question. Cogs are working. So far, so good. Not too bad. We had a little bit of a tasty explosion there. I think that was just because of the thrusters enabling on the side. Yes, they decoupled correctly. Very nice. The reason I wanted to put destruction on as well is just to see if something like this would be capable in an actual survival world, something you were playing with, because you'd of course want destruction on, wouldn't you, as well? So everything's opened up successfully so far, so 10 out of 10 for that. That was just a little bit of thrust damage on the side there that could easily be turned off. Door is opening up quite slowly, but this was the same pace as it did before. No hinges, no nothing. Looks like it's getting trapped back here. Good, 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 good. If this works without exploding, I'll be very, very excited indeed. We've got the thrusters exposed there on the inside. The door is coming across. It looks like it might have done it. It might have done it without anything blowing up at all. Very, very cool indeed. Right. If something works that well, I think we need to stick a truck in it. So we've got Rushlow's little truck here from our server, and I'm going to make a classic error where, let's say, someone was loading something, and of course they forgot to yeah, they forgot to move the truck out the door, so we stuck the parking brake on. There was a bit of loading going on in the hangar, and let's close this thing up on the truck and see what happens. Let's see if it just becomes squished. So the truck has already fallen down into the lower platform. Let's get ourselves into here. The inner door's not having any effect on it. To be honest, the way the door tilts up, it could just push the truck out. So that's not too bad at all. It doesn't look like it's going to get sandwiched at all. The parking brake is on. Yeah, that truck's going to survive, I think. If it makes this first part, we'll try doing a bit of a ram raid on it and push it through with the truck. Yeah, that truck is going to be absolutely fine. Oh, no, I spoke too soon. I spoke way too soon. So as everything locked in place, yeah, it didn't like that truck there. We had a little bit of a problem where the truck was mounted in the center area, and that's locking in place. That cog at the bottom left looks like it's struggling. to get back into position. Oh, and it shut off early, so it hasn't quite completed it. So with damage off, or damage on, sorry to say, it looks like you could run into a few issues. So they're all now in position. But not too bad. Really not too bad. Let's delete that truck for the minute. And we'll head back down here. And we're going to attempt a little bit of a ram with it if we don't break the truck ourselves first. Because we're going to be flying down there at quite some speed. So we'll see if the truck can break through the wall. We'll need to bring our wheels up a little bit as we come over here. Just so we can get up this ramp at speed. So let's bring them wheels up. Okay. So it resisted a ram from a truck. It probably resisted a few explosives, some rocket launcher rounds as well. So let's just see if I've got a character rocket on my inventory. I do. Do we have any ammunition for it? That we do. Let's fire it a few more rounds. I want to fire one at that cog, like so, and then I want to try reopening the door back up. You know what would be cool? Let's also fire one at that hinge. Oh, it's coming down. The door is still holding strong and the inner blast door is protected. So, we come up to this position. That turret is blocked. That turret is still functioning. And we have the passcode to import. 47828. Door is now accessed. So that cog's damaged over there, but will it still push out? The little hinges are peeling off the cogs. These are pushing on the sides because they've already been damaged by the hydro tanks. That cog... Uh-oh, it doesn't look like it's come out. That cog doesn't look like it's come out. That one's retracting back. These little hatch doors are opening up. Interesting. The lower area is retracted back down. That area is not retracted back down. Of course, this door is never going to be like a super functional survival door. It's just a cool piece of artwork that's super advanced and super technology. Oh, that's not going to be good, is it? Ooh, cogs are falling off. But you guys always love a bit of destruction. You like things when they don't go quite how they're expected to go. So the top door has failed to open at the moment. Have the hinges snapped perhaps around the back? Let's have a quick look. No, yeah, the hinges looks like they've fallen off a little bit themselves. Maybe it's been pushed forward and not locked in place. Still, the door's usable though, even without breaking. I wouldn't be very happy if I had this on a server and it did break like that. One of the cogs is in the way. Oh no, it's not. It's actually managed to lower itself down. So you could still gain access to your factory. You won't be locked out. So a real nice bit of engineering. If you're interested in this one, check out the link in the description. We've got a few other cool designs from Apologies as well. Make sure to check them out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.